What is up, my friends and fellow collectors out there? I am super excited today because my most anticipated piece of 2020 and now 2021 has arrived in the house. It is the Asajj Ventress Mythos Statue from Sideshow. Time for nerdgasm. Welcome back, my friends, to another unboxing video. Probably the most exciting unboxing video you're gonna see from me this year. At least that's what I think anyway, at least until the Rancor shows up. But if this is your first time on the channel, we do a lot of talk of collecting. We go on toy hunts, we do Hot Toys reviews, statue reviews, and all kinds of other cool geek stuff like that. So if you're a nerd like me and you're into that kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date on all of the content. And if you're into collecting statues like this, make sure you check out Comic Concepts. They have some of the best pricing around anywhere on the internet when it comes to this kind of stuff. So if you're into Hot Toys or you're into statues, make sure you check out Comic Concepts for your needs. And I know you guys can probably hear it in my voice. I'm a little bit under the weather. I actually just popped a couple of Benadryl pills so that I could power through this review because I can't wait anymore. It's been that long since I ordered this piece. I ordered this piece in November of 2019, and thanks to COVID and all kinds of other craziness that went on in 2020, this was delayed immensely. I mean, it was supposed to come out, I think, in like August, and that's how far off this has been. So when I got the notification in late December that this was coming in, I was super, super excited. You know, I paid it off right there. I was like, man, send it to me now. I want to get this review out. I'm so happy to actually have this statue, man. You guys just don't know. Been a fan of this character since the beginning. And, you know, it's really awesome that I finally got a statue of her in the collection. So I'm really hyped about that. I was supposed to be here Monday. Or no, sorry, I was supposed to be here this past Friday, and then it got delayed by UPS. So I was like all weekend freaking out thinking that it may have got lost. So hopefully everything inside is looking good. But let's take a look at this box right now. So look how huge this box is. This box is massive. I haven't seen a box this big since the Mythos Vader, you know, as far as the Mythos statues go. Actually, obviously I've seen bigger boxes than this. But the other Mythos statues are a little bit more compact and easier to put in your storage unit. This is a big ass box. So there is your statue box. This is the way it looks. It's a little different than the other Mythos boxes. The other Mythos boxes featured more of the art style of the box than I think the statue, if I remember correctly. This one here shows you Ventress and the way the statue looks. On the opposite side is the black and gray normal colors that we get from Star Wars stuff from Sideshow and Hot Toys. On the back, you see more of the statue in its totality. Yeah, you can see a little bit more of it. And then on this side, black and gray. So that's it. Let's get the foam out of the box and see how it came in. All right, there is everything in the box. I was super impressed with the way this one was packaged. Things were taped down even inside of the box. They put a lot of foam in different areas that can be removed out just to keep everything secure, which I appreciate. But you know, if you ever decide to resell this one, which I am absolutely not going to resell it, but if you ever decide to resell this one, repackaging it is probably going to be a real chore because the foam is like all over the places. Like they had foam in little spots and crevices all around here in this long areas that come below her hoodie. It was just everywhere. So it's gonna make it very difficult to repackage. But I'm ready to take this thing and put it in and get it all assembled. And for once, you guys are gonna sit with me as I assemble it without the speed through because I want you guys to see my reaction. Because right now, I got a smile from ear to ear. So let's do this. Start off with the base. Let's get this thing out of here. All right, this looks good. So this is what I'm talking about when I was taking it out. There's foam all over the place. And it's great because, you know, you don't want it to be broken, obviously, but, you know, don't ever, this is probably gonna be a beast if you ever have to repackage it. Wow, that looks so cool. I love the skull. I can see it in the video over here. I'm looking at the footage. Oh man, that is dope. Okay, the bottom of the base, Mythos Asajj Ventress Statue. This is number 673 of 4,500 that were made. There were quite a bit of her made, but still, I think she is the ultimate best in the line. Yes, this body's next. Okay. Oh my God. And I'm like so scared to hold her. It's because all these parts feel very delicate. But wow. Yo, this is so nice. This is so freaking nice. Oh man. All right, let me get this foam out of here. Okay. All right, and this slots in where? Where do you go? That looks like the foot, so this is gonna go here. So it looks like the peg is back here. Yep. Okay, so there's a slot right here at the back of the skull. Just gonna slide that in. Like a glove. It looks so cool. Ah, okay. And we got a tree branch. Where's this go? This goes back here. Let's go down like that. No, it goes up. Okay. So it's gonna go like that. Super easy assembly. I apologize for all the sniffling. It's driving me crazy. Such a beautiful portrait. Look at that portrait. Look. And you can't even see the seams. This is beautiful. All right. We got this thing here, this feather thing. This is kind of like the Mother Taslim type of thing for the Night Sisters. So very cool. So I just sit back there like that in the back. That's what I'm saying. Even the lightsabers are taped down, which is awesome. Damn, this thing is taped. They want to make sure that you do not, you want to make sure this thing does not break, but good God. There's 3 pieces of tape that had this in the box and then tape around the cover. This is so cool. A little different than the lightsabers that she uses, but I like them. I like the design of this better, actually. Okay, here's the other lightsaber. All right, and this goes in like that. This is so dope. Ah, she's so worth the wait. She was so worth the wait. And then here's the opposite portrait. I make sure I give you guys close-ups of all this, so you can swap this portrait out like that, and you can put this one right in, and you have her without the hood like that, where you can see her face. Ah, this is sick. Wow. Amazing. All right, I'm gonna clean up my mess, and then we can get into this review. All right, there she is, all put together, finally in the collection. I'm super happy. This is the Asajj Ventress Mythos Statue by Sideshow. It was sculpted by the Kuharek brothers. It is a fantastic addition to the collection. Right now, looking at it, it's my favorite Mythos statue that has come out. This thing is super, super cool for a lot of reasons. One, as an artistic piece, the Kuharek brothers knocked this thing out of the park. The paint application on it is fantastic. The overall design of this whole thing is super, super cool. So it just is, it's really, really neat. The second thing is that I love that Sideshow has given us a different character. You know, they do a lot of Darth Vader, a lot of Boba Fett, and a lot of Darth Maul. That comes out so much that it's nice to have something different, you know, just to clean the palette and give us just something new to look at other than another Boba Fett statue. So, you know, I'm really happy that, that they brought this out. For those of you guys who are not familiar with this character, she got her first appearance in the Clone Wars animated series, the Micro series though. So this was a series of shorts that Lucasfilm released in the in Cartoon Network during 2003. So she was first introduced as this really badass warrior, and you know, and then she claimed to be a Sith, and Count Dooku beat her down and took her down. It took him as the apprentice. In the Micro shorts, she was killed, you know, or seemed to fall to her death. But, you know, they never named her, so I just thought it was, you know, another character that looked pretty neat, another Sith that, you know, you're just not going to see ever again. Kind of like how Darth Maul was at that point, because we didn't know if she would ever come back. But Dave Filoni brought her back for the Clone Wars animated series. And this character has seen such a great character development throughout the entire series. I think aside from Ahsoka Tano, probably one of the most interesting characters in the Clone Wars animated series brought to canon. So she is the Sith apprentice of Count Dooku. She eventually gets her own apprentice in the brother of Darth Maul, Savage Opress. She falls from the dark side, and decides to become a bounty hunter at one point. And through becoming a bounty hunter, she gains a little measure of redemption when she helps Ahsoka Tano clear her name. So, really, really cool that they came out with this, and I'm blown away. It's a fantastic looking piece. All right, so the statue is not a very heavy piece, but I will say that it is weighted in the back. So you want to make sure that you have your display stand balanced. You should always have a display stand balanced, but if it's leaning towards the back, it's possible for her to tip backwards. You can see that it kind of rocks a little bit if I put some pressure on the back. So if it's angled, this may tip over. You don't want to do that. So make sure you have a flat base. The statue stands about 22 inches tall, roughly. It is roughly about 10, 11 inches wide or so is what you're gonna need for width. And then depth is about 13 inches. So she could fit into a DTOF probably. Definitely a Besta, and any other unit bigger than that would work, okay? All right, so let's kick it off with the base. The base has her set in Dothmere, and I like that it's a storytelling style base, but it's not super wide. It's not, crazily big. It's just enough to tell you where she is, but not something that's gonna take up all of your display base. So I love that. It makes it so that you can have companion pieces and have it next to her, like the Darth Maul that's gonna be coming out. I love that it sets her on Dothmere. Dothmere is this dark, brooding place. It's very dangerous, all right? So when I played Star Wars Galaxies, it was probably one of the most dangerous planets to ever travel to. And I like that it shows that here. And you got this skull of Osirian. So I had to actually look this up because I've never seen this beast before while I was playing the game. It's interesting to see that it chose this particular beast as the monster that you're gonna have, the skull on this one. Because Rancors exist there, and I think it would be kind of cool to see a Rancor skull. But this still looks really neat because you have all these horns coming off of it, and I love the way the teeth look. Looks really cool. So the Surian is kind of like a reptilian beast, almost like a dragon. So that's what the monster's like. And I like how you can see that the skulls have been there. Like nobody's ever seen one, right? So it looks like she stumbled upon a skull and it's been there for a long time. You can see that the roots of the tree here are kind of like going in and out of the skull. So it looks like it's just become one with this swamp, right? And if you look real closely, they have a skull of a Night Brother, possibly the brother of Darth Maul or Savage Opress, who knows? But it's really cool that they have the skull there just placed beneath the roots. I love the color choice that they did all around it. You have these greens and browns, and it's got kind of like a glossy appearance to it, to the wood. So it has that wet, nasty, dirty vibe to it. And then the skull itself has lots of nice shading. You can see that it has some greens in it as well. So it looks like it's starting to get like algae and stuff on it, to make it look like it's been there a long time. So really awesome design on the base. And then you have Asajj herself, and I love the way they designed Asajj here. So I have her with the optional portrait on right now. I'm gonna swap back to the one that I'm gonna be displaying her with, but we'll start here. I love that they chose to go with a red design for her outfit. Showing that she is a Night Sister is really cool. So, it's something different that we haven't seen from her. That's what I like. But what more importantly is that the red really has a nice contrast to all this green and brown that's going on down here. It makes you focus up here, which I like, and it has a nice vibrance to it. So it looks like this is gonna gonna pop on the display. So I love that. I like how the lower part is all bellowing in the wind. You can see that there's lots of nice folds, and they did, very nice realistic look to that. I love the paint application throughout it. They did these nice shades. So there's kind of like a shading through color versus, light. So I like that because like the previous Mythos line, that's how it was. They did mostly the shading by colors. So I think that's cool the way they did that. Her posture is really cool. I like how she has one leg up like that, because she's like walking through it, and it's got kind of like a sexy walk about her, but dangerous, right? So I like how that came out. Her outfit overall looks very similar to what I've seen in the Clone Wars. So it has that whole black outfit and then the black armbands. So that's all very common from that I've seen before. but you know, the way they did the bindings around her, I just think it looks a little bit more interesting than what I've seen in the Clone Wars animated series. So that's really cool. The lightsabers are not accurate to the story, not accurate to the TV show. So the lightsabers that she has in the TV show is a little bit more clean. This one here has a more interesting look to it, and I would love to see somebody come out with the lightsabers like these. I would absolutely buy these lightsabers. They look very, very interesting, much more interesting than the ones that I got from Galaxy's Edge. So I love the way that the pommel looks. It's got kind of like a horn there at the far back, and I really like the way the emitter looks. I also like the way they designed the lightsaber blades themselves coming out. It's got kind of like an ignition that happens here. So there's this kind of flame, and then it tapers out into this point at the end. So it looks really cool. And that's done with like a clear resin. The one and only thing that I would think would set this off even better is if they lit up. But since they're clear, we could probably play with a little bit of light and maybe get the lightsabers to kind of look like they're lit up, right? But still, I think a light up lightsaber was definitely warranted in this piece. It would make it look much better. So that brings us up into the portrait in the upper area here. So this back feather thing that she has going on, this is similar to the outfit that Mother Taslim wears in the Clone Wars. She has something like this, I believe. I think she was the only one that had that. So it makes me feel like this probably could have taken place in this scene after the death of Mother Taslim. So then she would be like the last Night Sister on Dathomir. So that would be kind of cool if that's where they were going with her. That was the thought process. That kind of makes me feel like that it gets that vibe about her. All right. So this is the optional portrait that you can have where she has her face fully exposed. It's got kind of like a bald look to her, and then there's some shading here on the back of the head. This one here is the more pretty face, I think, compared to the two. It doesn't have the tattoos. I really like the way the eyes look. On this one here, it's kind of like whited out. It's like a light blue for the iris. So it makes her look a little bit more deadly. But the red on the lipstick in the black outline just really pops. So it just gives it kind of like a, you know, like a death beauty, or like, you know, a beautiful, powerful, dangerous looking character. So that's what I love about this portrait. Now, they're both equally good, but I like the hooded portrait more because it makes her look like she's cloaked in mystery, and I dig that more. I kind of wish they would have whited her eyes out a little bit more on this one. She's got kind of like a light blue iris, and you can see the black in the center of the eye. It would have been cool if they just kept it white like this, because she just looks more powerful that way, or it looks a little bit more dangerous. This one here has the tattoo on the chin, and there's a little bit of a tattoo on the upper forehead that you can see. She still has that very vibrant red lipstick that really pops against her white skin. So it still looks very beautiful, and I like the way the red looks overall, and I feel like this completes the look of it even better than the one without the hood. So that's my thoughts on this one. I think it's a super awesome, super fantastic piece. This is just, I'm blown away by it, man. I am. This is one that I waited for so long, and you know, I'm happy that they nailed it out of the park. And I hope that Sideshow continues to keep using the Kuharek brothers, is because these guys really kill it, man. They do some really, really good work. So that's my thoughts on this one. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments below. Is this the best Star Wars statue you've ever seen? It is for me. This thing is really nice. So let me know in the comments below. Until next time, guys, keep it marvelous, and may the Force be with you.